Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to this week's wrap. Going to start off by giving everyone some good news. We've just accepted we've had our first new naming rights sponsor, and they are going to be the new sponsor for the Twilight series, pre and post. And so I'd really like to welcome on board Derwent Boat Sales, and really excited about having them on board and supporting the club. They're also very, very excited about the partnership with the club as well. So we have created, and Brent, otherwise known as Rocky Bow Spritter, has put a lot of work into creating the sponsorship packages. So we've got it all printed up nicely that we can go and either send this out or go and visit businesses that could be potential sponsors for the club. If you know of a business that would be open to supporting the club and its activities, there are three, as I just mentioned, different sponsorship packages that they could choose from. Anything from a small business to something a bit larger. There should be something in there that would suit everybody, and we believe that we've put together a package that really offers the sponsor a lot of value. So if you've got any suggestions, please send them through. We can send this out to them, have a conversation with them, and see where it leads. So the results for this week's Twilight and into the future is now known as the Derwent Boat Sales Twilight Series. Race 4? Race 5. The evening was quite blowy. It was quite wet. We'd set a course. I was out in Uncle Robin with race officer Greg, and we thought we'd set a good windward course to get started. And I think within 2 minutes of the start, the whole breeze flicked 90 degrees to the left and stayed there. So after everyone got round the first mark, we had to shift it to create a windward leg once they got round for their second and third laps. Ended up pretty good. Ended up being a really great night. Thanks to everyone for coming out, particularly because the night looked really average. Everyone came out, participated. It ended up being quite a good race in the end, and there was a really good turnout at the clubhouse afterwards. So appreciate everyone coming out. The results for Division 2. Jim Tayton was third in Division 2 in Chindrina. Janus, helmed by Ollie McKay, was second in Division 2. And somehow, as we discovered, Gus McKay, even though he was behind the bar for the majority of the evening, somehow won in Goblin, and he wasn't even on the boat, so that was incredible. I think he did lend it to his father, and his father bought it back in one piece, so he's starting to get rid of the nicknames that he's deserved over the last few yacht races. Division 1, third was Gray Stevenson in Margarita, and second was Ripper. It was Tony Lagden, and again, I mentioned last night that Tony cooked the barbecue, and a damn fine job he did. Thank you very much for doing that. So he wasn't on the boat, and the boat went really well, and I made a point of that only to find out that the boat that won it was old mate that I normally sail on, and I wasn't on it, and it won the race. So I sort of put my foot in my mouth there. But third Margarita, second Ripper, first was old mate, and we had a new boat join the fleet in Division 1, and that was Dimitri in Sheep Stations, which is an Elliott 7. Great to see that out on the water. This Sunday, the 6th, we have our second in the summer long distance race series. And I just need to quickly remind you about membership. If you haven't renewed your membership, it's really, really important to jump online or reach out to Gus to renew your membership to make sure that you're a financial member if you're entering any of these races. So it's a 10 a.m. start this Sunday the 6th. Division 1 is going to Zuidpool Rock, or as I've heard some people pronounce it, Zuidpool. And I'm quite happy to listen to your comments and your suggestions on pronunciation, because it seems to be my Achilles heel, pronouncing things. So be happy to be guided with that. So Division 1 down to Zuidpool. Division 2 will go to Arch Rock, and it is a Category 5 race for both divisions. So we've got to make sure you've got all of the right safety equipment for that race. And just a real quick reminder that some skippers are still not completing the crew registration, so please make sure you do that, particularly for these long races. It's super, super important. And the club will be open after the conclusion of the race on Sunday, so please come into the club and join us for refreshments. I don't know that there'll be a barbecue on. I don't think there'll be a barbecue on, but the bar will certainly be open, and we can all go in there and talk about how the race went and who should have won and what should have happened and all of the good stuff that we talk about when we get in the bar. Also, really excited that I was contacted during the week by Kristina Paterson, and she was sailing on a boat that's not sailing at the moment. I believe it's up for sale, but she's jumped on Margarita. And I was really happy that she called and offered to take care of all of the provisioning for the barbecue and the rostering for the barbecue. So you will be introduced to Kristina. She'll be meeting and having a chat with you at Twilights from now on, to make sure that someone from your boat has jumped on the roster for the barbecue, both pre-Christmas Twilight and post-Christmas Twilight. So really appreciate Kristina putting a hand up for that. It's really going to make the job a whole lot easier, spreading the load. So thank you very much. That is all for this episode, this week's weekly wrap. Look forward to seeing you on the start line on Sunday and in the clubhouse afterwards. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you out on the water on Sunday. Bye for now.